Hello everyone, this is Arrabella from Arabella's Heart for Book Art. I wanted to show you where I'm at. So I was working on my signatures. I want to show you the cover first. So I put a book onto it. This still is going a little bit, it's looking a little bit like this. So I think I want to glue this one shut, and the other one is keeping a little bit, is a little bit more flat, so I think I will keep that. Also the holes, I will keep the holes. I measured it and I was a little bit off with one. You can see it on the inside with that one, but when I measured it, it was, yeah, really not that. So if I'm going to sew the signature in, I will see if it's crooked or not, and then I can adjust. But when I measure it, it is not that far off, so I think that it will be okay. So the covers still look like this. Because I was working on the signature some more, and I also wanted to show you something else. So first I want to say, I don't know where that's coming from, but okay. First I want to say that these lovely papers are from Tonya, and this is a DT, guest DT project to feature Tonya's papers. And I want to say that on Etsy she's called Design Craft Fabulous, and I will link everything down below in the description box so you can find Tonya. And the papers that I used was Nature's Beauty and In the Garden. Etsy, she's called Design Craft Fabulous. Her name is Tonya Samuels on YouTube, and on Instagram she's called Let's Design Creative. So Tonya Samuels, don't forget that name, and please look her up. And if you are coming from my channel to hers, say hi from me so that she knows that I'm sending folks her way. So I did combine it with papers that are mine. So I thought I will look in my stash and then see what goes with the colors. And let me show you what I did so far. Finally. So this was my first idea. So I wanted to do 3 signatures. And that was a little bit because I have also with two rows, and then the three-way pamphlet stitch. And I also how do you call that, trying to improve it, because I saw that this was larger in space than this, but well, that's details, right? But you can always go back and improve something. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm also going to improve everything in my Etsy. So, but I have three sizes, and with 2 you see the dots, with 1 that looks a little bit more like a belly band. Let me see, I have it beside me, I think I have, but I want to show you so many things in this video that I have a lot of things beside me. So this is my template, and I made this also. So this can be a belly band, it can be 2 things, but it can also be a spine, so you can make a little smaller book out of it. So let me see how tall this is, from the tallest to the, this is almost 9 inches, if I'm doing it correctly. Yeah, almost 9, so about 8 and 3/4. I don't know how you call that. So sorry about that. So, and you also see the purple edge, by the way. This is how it's printed out. So I use this a lot to make more things. And what I wanted to say was, yeah, I chose 3, and I thought that would really look so cool with such a broad spine. So what I did do is use not real chipboard but layers. So I used cardboard layers and cardstock. So this is cardstock, and no, this is watercolor paper. In between is cardstock, and this is presentation paper. One presentation paper, that's where my shape was printed onto for my workbook. So I got it out of there because this size fits inside, so as sort of a mat. And then I put this paper down that I already had in my stash from the flow. So what I want to do was 3 signatures, and I did do it like this, the same as the cover. Even this one came out a little bit more green, so this is more gray, but I think this is more the more accurate color than, and also because I used green stickers, and here it came out a little bit more green. So overall that's why this looks a little bit more green, and also the other one. So I chose what I wanted to say. I'm so talkative today. I don't know what happened, but for the middle I chose a different one just to switch it up. And then the cover and 2 of the signatures have the same front and back signature cover, as you will. So that is how it will look. I'll show you, just about like this. So that's cool, right? I really love this look. Oh, things are falling out. So now I want to show you what I did do with the signatures. So my first signature that I want to show you is the one that I worked last on. So I have some ideas, but it's not ready. I have some, these are from Genevieve Designs, and I printed it out onto my own coffee dyed paper. So perhaps I should have stuck it under that one, but well. Perhaps I will do something like this. And I also have this idea I showed you on Instagram. This idea. So when you use the same paper for the belly band and for the insert or page, that is really cool. So I can do this as well, perhaps a little bit like this, and then pull it in and out. I could do that on the other side as well. Like this, that's not possible. Also what you can do is do this. I did that on a different page, but then I will recommend that you put the same shape the same way, so that you have more room, so you can attach these with brads, and then you can stick this in like this. You will leave this open and only stick this down with brads, for instance, and that's really cool idea that I had. So here are more book pages, because I really had too little. So I cut out a lot more book pages. This one I cut out just by hand, and this is different proportions, because I didn't use my template. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to do something different. This I will embellish. I also have this, by the way, this is also in my designs, and you can not only sit it up straight as a sort of a small card, or you can put an affirmation so that you can see it every day. But this is also a bookmark, for instance, bookmark with a shape. I will give you lots of ideas today. Or it could even be a closure. That's also one of my ideas, because I cut this out so that the shape is still streamlined, as you will. This also could be on this side and then be a tuck, but I don't want to cover up this beautiful paper. So I won't do that. So this is not finished. I will work on this some more. This one is a little bit more finished. This is really the look that I also was going for. So I made these clusters, or how do you call them? This is my own design from With a Touch of Newspaper. I made sort of, yeah, I will show you a different time. So here I did an insert, and this I already had in my stash. So I wanted to use it because it has the butterflies and the green. So I only stuck down this fabric, and then I frayed it a little bit. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something on the inside. I smooshed it a little bit over here, so sometimes I'm not really perfect with crafting, but well, here I accidentally made an extra cover. I thought I had 3 and then I made another one. But I also had this one, and I have a new idea. I have a decorative edge punch, and I punched it onto corrugated cardboard. Yes. So I pulled that apart so that you see the corrugated part, and then I punched it. It is stuck down onto a punched edge, but that tore, so I didn't really it tore that much that it wasn't shabby anymore, shabby chic, but it was really ugly in my book. So I wanted to change it, and I thought, well, if I don't like it, I can always change it, but I do like it. So this is a nice touch. Here I left it open, so I put, this is a special one because I put a extra one in, so you can put some yeah, this size fits, I think, inside, so you can put something inside, or even one that's a little bit larger so that it's peeping out, but you can hide something inside as well. So I kept that open. I thought that was a good idea. So like that. So this one has the extra inside, right? I really love this paper, Tonya. You really did a fabulous job. So here I used my cut-offs, where I cut out my butterfly shape, and then I used it to put these book pages together to make it stronger for the binding. Here I want to do something on the back, but I have a lot of embellishments already made, so this is how this will look. So I want the layered look. That is really my taste. I did that with a lot of books. If you go back, I will link a few below. so that you can see that I did this from the start. So with my very first video you can see that I made these layers with one of Genevieve Designs her shape. I will put it up on the screen. So yeah, I used that, and then I made here from small to large, and then on the other side from the signature I also made it from small to larger, so it tapered on both sides, and that was really something I'm keeping in my mind to use. So yeah, this especially with sort of a butterfly. Also, what I wanted to say, when I designed this, I was a little bit afraid that this will look a little bit weird, because I designed it to stand up right, but when you print smaller ones, I thought when I'm going to layer them, this will look really like a butterfly, but the bottom not. But when I layered it, it didn't really bother me at all, really. And also what you can do is turn the shape around and then make it on the bottom. So you could do that. I did that with one of my other designs, so I know it can be done. Also, what I wanted to tell you is that I made these to fit. So for instance, yeah, of course I don't want it to stick out, well, not so pretty, I think. So I want to keep the shape, right? Because that's what I decided to do, to keep the shape a little bit. So this is just about what this signature is all about. And then my last signature, that was my first one. So this one is a little bit more finished and really how I wanted it to be. So I don't know if I'm going to get that look for all of my signatures, because this really came out so pretty with my coffee dyed paper, and then I sewed, hand sewed, zigzag sewed. Also I did that with the cover, and here is that belly band idea with the two brads, and on the other side you can't see it because I put another page over it, and I did use the brown paper bag strips, and that's now looking unfinished because I'm not it's not finished, so I want to decorate this and then make it part of the decoration. So this will be a layer that you then will see. So this is really how this looks. It's really cool. So I'm in love with this paper. I think that is in the garden from Tonya, so I'm really happy that I chose that one. And here I made another cluster and then used the shapes from Genevieve Designs from tag, one of her designs, and then I sewed, and I also stapled this on it, and I also used vellum stickers, and this is Tonya's paper. I just cut that a little bit round. This was just a cut off, so I'm saving all the small pieces. This is also one of the two of the cut-offs from an envelope, so I thought that looks a little bit like a star. So, and I hand zigzag this a little bit messily. I did that on purpose, so that's looking like this now. And when you turn the page you will see this, and then book pages. I cut my nature book up and also this. Okay, I wanted to show you how you can make the holes for your signatures. So what I did when I was starting, I would lay them beside it and then mark the outside and then punch from the outside in. See, so that's what I used to do when I started, but it is much easier when you can lay the paper in the middle and then punch, right? So I'm going to show you how I do that. So with the shape, it is a little bit different, and that's why I thought this was important. So I have a copy paper, simple copy paper. I will line it up the bottom on the right hand corner. If you hear any snoring, it's my dog. So she's snoring loud. And I also will line it up on this fold. So and that's a little bit difficult because there is fabric here, but I will try to line it up. So like that, I think. Then I will clamp it like this and flip it all to the other side. Let's put that to the side. And then you see that I need to mark the shape, because when I do that I can see exactly where my signatures has to go. Okay, I got a better one, so so I'm marking where it needs to go. You can also cut that away or just line it up. I will show you. Doesn't really matter. This is a little bit tricky because there is fabric. I have to lift it up somehow, and it's not really working with me, of course. Yeah, I got it under. Let me see if I, yes, it's marked. So now what I'm going to do is mark where I put the holes as well. This, I think I'm going to make it a little bit better. So that it's really obvious. So now I'm flipping it back to this side, and now you see this, and on the other side you see the lines really well. And of course I have to get my cutting and folding board will come to me. And now what I'm going to do, so you see the shape, is line these things up with this line. Are you okay? So first I will put it against the bottom, and then see this line that I marked shining through the paper, so I can see if it's lining up correctly with my dots. Almost. This one, this one. I think it's okay, but when I'm folding I will check. Yes, yes, a little bit off, but that's okay. I will leave it like this. So this will be the first signature, and I'm folding it like this. Folding. So make sure it's straight. So that's one, and I will do that to the middle one as well, and the one on the left. I'll cut it so that I can lay it exactly how it has to go, and I will show you, because let's see, yeah, I will cut it away. I think that will make it a little bit easier to line up. You can be a little bit off, of course, like this, but it should be yeah, when you are close to the line, stay as close to the line as possible. So now I can use it each way, so I'm not really have to rely on the lines. Now I did cut it exactly how it has to lay. If I'm being I hope I'm making a little bit sense. So, but I will show you. So now I will first check if I did do it okay. And of course it is a little bit, because here is soft paper, so I push that a little bit away, so that's that I will have to take into consideration. So I'm folding it the other way around. And also what could help is making the holes in the paper, in your paper. This is just a guide that you make, a template, as you will, only for your signatures. Let's see if I went crooked like this, and then fold it the other way so that it can fold both ways. But I made it like this, so that's why it's best to keep it on the right hand side. And what you can do is, for instance, mark it. So this is supposed to be on the right hand side, so that you're not making any mistakes. And what also will help is try to line it up again, and then like this, and then also make sure, so I will hold it up and see in the light if you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm keeping it up against the light, and then lining my my dots up where the dots are in my cover. So that's how I know that I am on the right, that I have this the correct way. Something like that. So now I know, and I will hold it up against the light like this, something like this, and then hold it up, and then I can see through it. So that's also why I already will, and these are extra steps. I know that people are doing it probably in a different way, and that's okay. Everyone can do it however they want to do it. And I also want to say that what I'm using is the bottom of an old bag. So I took this out of the bottom of the bag, and this was an old bag, and I was throwing it out, and I saw because the lining was broke. So this is really foam, and then a piece of cardboard, and then foam again, so I can use it on both sides. Wanted to explain what it was. So now I'm punching the holes in my templates, and then I will hold it up against the light to verify if I did it correctly. So keep it on the right hand side, right, and then lining it up on the bottom over here. That was a little bit my reference thingy, so that I know that I'm just about correct. Then I can feel if it's okay here. Yes. So now I'm holding it against the light, and it's lining up almost perfectly. So now I will put my cover aside, and this will really be tricky because I have smaller pages and I have larger pages. So I thought about that, and I think I will sew the smaller pages with more stitches, and then for the holes that comes within this thingy and that is what I will sew with together with this. So I will show you what I mean, so I'm not confusing you, because I'm really yeah, a little bit off today speech wise. So this will be my first signature. So what you also can do is then, if this was on the right, this is the first signature, this is the second, and this is the third signature. So that's also what you can do. And because I wrote the R on this side, I also know that this is the top. So you can also put a T, and that means, or write top, because when you do this it will really be off. So also with the shape, of course, you can see which side is the top. So because I decided I wanted this as my first signature with the fabric, and then the last signature, this will be then the middle signature, and then the last signature also has fabric. So that is really what yeah, what will look cool. I have in a minute, oh yeah, like this. So I have fabric here, and I have fabric here, and I don't have it in the middle, but this is just about how to look. And I will do a flip when I'm done, of course. So let me see. Yeah, let me start with the first one. Only punching is what we are doing. So I have to line everything up and see which holes, and I already put some I don't know what everything is called today. Paper clips, yeah. I will get there in the end. So I put my paper clips here, and I have really large one, but I don't know where I put them, and I also have large needles. I have to look them up because I have a slight fever, I'm not really my normal self, if I'm honest, but well, I will do what I can, and I didn't want to wait a few weeks until I'm well, because yeah, I'm almost sick all the time, so that will be too difficult to achieve, right? So let me see if I can, I only see this little one, if I can stabilize the small one in the middle. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So I made this into one thing, smaller one, and then the larger I also put a paper clip over here. So, and I could also put a paper clip on the top. I know where I put my, I also have these small thingies, so let me see if it's in the middle, everything. I already checked that. I will put this aside, and then I will make sure this is all in the right place. Let me see. I have a small one. That's what I felt was a little bit crooked. So I can perhaps make sure that that is in the right spot, and then clamp it. I don't know where all my large clamps are, but I do have this one, so I will use that as well. So I had all these large ones, but I don't know exactly where they are. So I will put this in the middle. I think I will sew this separately, but the larger holes I will do together with that one. So this will be sewn, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then the larger 2 or whatever will fall in the middle, and I will show you. So this is for the first one. Let me fold that and then line it up with the largest one. And that's not really doable when it's like this. Let me see. Yeah, when I fold it, it can be done. Let me see. Yeah, I just have to do it like this, because I want, let me see how I can do this, because now I can't really line it up. Perhaps if I'm folding it like this for a minute and then line it up like this with the largest one, and then I will fold it. I will see where the fold is. I'm lining it up. Let me see, I will figure it out. So the first one will land just about over there, but first I want it to have the right placement. So I will fold this open now, because I lined this up, and still I can line it up like this. So with the bottom of this, I can't line this up, but I can line the bottom one up. So that's this, and also it's bulky, so that's really a little bit different. So this is the placement for the signatures, and now I see that one will land here in between, so this will be, only the brown one will get sewn, and this one, and then this one. So only the middle one will go in the whole smaller packet, as you will, the smaller pages. Ew. Okay, so what I will do is fold everything a little bit like this and keep this in place. I think I will keep it in place by getting one more of a clip, because then I won't have to adjust it. Let me see if I can clip it somewhere. I think I can only clip it over here at the bottom. Let me see. And then also we'll see that it's how it's going to be, right? So now I can see where it is and how it's going to be, but when I fold it a little bit close, then it can shift a little bit, but that's okay. So now normally I will clip all this together, and I could do that with this larger one, only where I'm going to put all the holes, right? So this has to be in the fold, and there is an easier way, but this is just my way that I developed. So it is because it is a shape, so that is what making it a little bit more challenging. So I am putting it over here. Let me see where the hole is. Yeah, so not where I have to put the hole. And then also I would like one here, but I don't know if I can reach that. Perhaps with this one. Yeah, like this. So now it's clipped, and now I'm pushing it like this so that it will this can be loose, and then what I do is fold it in the middle, keep the fold in the middle, and hold all my pages a little bit like this. So I hope I can show you, but if I show you too much I will go crooked. So what I will demonstrate first what I do. What I do is I fold it a little bit like this, and I will, with my awl, I will push and hold this at the same time. So first I'm going to find my hole, and then I will go, let me see if I'm going the right way. Yes, and if you do it like this you will go exactly in the fold. So I hope, of course, that all my papers are really lined up, so that I don't have any yeah, if they are crooked they will be not lined up, I mean. So I'm making it a little bit larger, and my paper is going yeah, that's really, I don't mind. So I'm not going to do that again, because then I will make different holes. So this one shifted, I see. This is not exactly in the fold, so I will pull that up so that it is in the fold. It is a little bit trial and error, this, so just try what you, this is a little bit more difficult because it is a shape, so that's why I'm explaining it extra. So here is my second hole. So I will push that and then hold all my pages like this, and then go like this, you see, and then it's exactly in the fold when you do it like this. And I will move the paper and everything is moving, but that's okay because I want everything to have a good hole. so that I can sew it. So, because the paper is going to, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So the middle I already had, so I'm not worried that this shifted too much because I already punched the middle, all those small ones. But I did know that it would land in these pages that has these brown paper. So this size, this is only has the middle, so I will sew these extra because I want it to be more sturdy. And then this hole will go into this and into the larger. So I will make sure that everything is in the fold, and then put my awl in the hole, and then hold everything a little bit in a, I think 45 degrees. I don't know. And then let's see, yeah, it's exactly in the fold. So now that was my first signature. All the holes are in, and I will keep it like this so that it's not shifting, and I hope I did it correctly. So I will keep this closed, let me see, with the big one, so that it will not shift. Now we are going to the second one, and I will show you on camera once more how I do this with a shape. This one is a little bit less bulky, so that will make for a better success. Also, I love this, how this looks, by the way. So I think I will clip the smaller ones together so that it's not shifting too much. And then we'll put the pages in a certain way so that they are how I want them to be. And I already had that with the other one, so I didn't have to do it like this. I really love this, the sizes from, and this goes exactly in this round shape. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but well. Okay, so now I have this, and I will go to the second, check if this is the second. Yes, I can see it. This is the second signature. So I have my correct signature, and now I will go to my second signature that I marked. So I already have the fold. I will see if I can line it up again with the largest, because I made this shape with the cover, so it has to line up with the largest one, and then scoot it over for this to make room that the second signature fold will go in the middle exactly. So I could do this, so it's exactly in this fold. I see that it's exactly this ends where this pointy thing is, so that will give me a reference point to see where I have to put my paper. But I will double check this with this to line this up. Let me see. And then the second signature, I will fold this a little bit wonky so that I'm like this. Yeah, and this is the right way. So I will fold it a little bit like this so I can see what I'm doing. And now I can pull this out. You can also do it like this line it up over here, and then it is a little bit tricky with 3 signatures, but well, make sure that everything is lined up with, if you have pages that has this larger to smaller, that is making it a little bit harder to sew like this. So I have everything lined up except the outside thingy wasn't lined up. I will push everything into this fold. It's all, so I mean all the pages I will push into this fold as firmly as I can, and then I will try to clip it in some way so that it's not shifting, and also not clip it so that you can't reach the holes, something like that. So I will also clip it over here, and if I fold it, it will shift, I think, but I will push it in the crease and then get my awl, and we'll start in the middle again. So I will point it in this middle hole, and then as I am folding it, I feel this is the middle. Yeah, so I will push this fold into all the pages in the fold again. And also what I wanted to say, if you take a little bit of cardstock or a little bit thicker than just copy paper, that will fold, and that will keep the fold in the middle a little bit better. So, but I don't mind because I have done this a few times before, so okay, now I will see right in the middle. I will make the holes a little bit larger, not too much, because I don't want to rip the paper. Only this paper can be ripped. So now I'm going to this fold, trying to fold everything, and then see right in the middle. A little bit I'm going around. Now I'm going to the top and see where my, it's right over there. Making this movement like this, and then pushing at the same time with this hand, and pushing at the same time my awl, and then making these movements. Now I'm going a little bit around so that I make the hole a little bit larger. So now I put 3 holes into this signature, so I will close it as it is and hope I'm not losing any holes, but I will see how that goes. So now the last one is the 3rd signature, and that looks like this. I did cut this a little bit different, and I will show you I think in the next video why this is so differently cut. So I did made a new shape with without this straight edge on the bottom. So this is also what you can do. You can make it from large to small on the bottom, so it doesn't have to be in the middle. That's just, in the middle is just the way that I want things to be, but it could also be on the bottom, so that will look like this. That is also really a cool look, if you ask me. And you can make pockets on top, so. But I want it in the middle, and that is a little bit more tricky. So that is true. And this one has a lot of pages, so that will make it a little bit yeah, more difficult to do everything exactly how I want it. Let me see, a little bit, go like that, and then this over here and this over here. So now it's about in the middle, and I also have to watch out for this. So this one I want a little bit lower so that it is within the outside one. This as well is also a little bit has to be a little bit lower, I see, for it to, yeah, this is the right placement. And then this one, and this is a little bit, I want a little bit higher like this. So let me see, where did I, and now all my yeah, I have these smaller ones still, so at least I will clamp the larger one together like this. You really need large clamps, and I have them, but I only don't know where they are. I think upstairs. So when I'm going to get my needle, that's upstairs also, I will also get my large clamps, I hope. So this I will also clamp together a little bit how I want them to be. Let me see, I think this will be easy for this. And then this one I will also clamp, just to be sure. I also have these smaller thingies. So that will keep everything in place, and I will check it before I'm going to put the holes in. So now for the third signature, go to the 3 and then fold it in the right direction. This one will be the most easy because this lines up exactly, almost exactly with yeah, not exactly, because there's also this fold for the hinge, but this is more easier in reach. I mean, so let me get this in the middle, and then the bottom like this. This I have to scoot in the middle, I see. I hope I'm doing it correctly, because I don't want ugly holes, extra holes. But if, yeah, if they are there. I just will have to deal with it, right? So scoot everything up in the middle. I see that they are a little bit crooked here and there. This one as well. I can see sort of that V, if it's in the middle or not, and I can also see it over here. So now I will line this up, and then I will clamp this somewhere so that it's not scooting over as much, like this for instance. I would rather have a larger clamps to clamp it up and down, but I will do it like this. So now I'm pushing the fold again in the fold of the signatures and make sure, and I pushed a little bit too hard so this shifted. I heard it shift, but see, everything is still lined up, so I think it was just the paper that shifted, not my signature. So I will do it like this, hold it open, find the middle hole again, and then hold it like this and make that movement. So now I have a hole over there. Okay, so now all the holes are in, and I hope I can find them again, of course. So the next thing you will see is me sewing everything in. I will get everything ready for the sewing part, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I tried it out. One signature, and it looks like this now. Cool, isn't it? With those larger ones, it resembles more like a butterfly. So I hope you can hear me. I did open a window, so let me see. I will get something to clamp this so that it's a little bit out of the way. And I found my larger ones. Larger look like this. So this is a children's, and this also was for children, but I pulled that off. But this, it's stuck for some reason, so I will leave it on, right? And it's just so large that I can clamp it easily so that it's not in the way for my next. And always start with the third, so you work your way up. If you do it the other way around, when you're right-handed like me, then this will flap onto your, so the gravity is working with me now. So the one that's on my right is now that way, and I will work on top and then work on top, and that is the easier way. So let me show you what I did. I first already sewn each signature together with an easy small thread. So that's what I did, like this. Not even really super good, but because I'm also know that I'm binding it also in the spine, and this will make it really even sturdier. So that's what I thought. I have my big needle. I also have one without a tip, so I will have to be careful, extra careful, that I'm not pointing, making any new holes, I mean. And what I did, because I did try it with this one first, I did make 2 knots on the end. So I'm starting, now I already don't know it anymore. I'm starting from the outside in, I think, from the outside in. Then I will go out from the other side in and then go in the middle. Yeah, I have to start from the outside in. So let me do that. And then see if I can thread everything at once. No, so I will do it like this, try it like this. It's a little bit loose, I see, but I just don't want to make too many extra holes because now I'm binding it double. So if I'm saying it correctly, yeah, this now is loose. I did push too hard, I think, so now this is loose, so that's okay. I'll just unthread this part. So now I will go and I will pull this away a little bit so that I will thread it extra together later on. So now I will go to the upside, to the to this side. Yeah, that was my finger. And go, hey, I pulled it off, right off, so I would have to thread that again. If I don't pull it too hard, I can do that. So I think the double knot just didn't do it enough. So I will do it like this. And then push that in so that I don't have to start again. Just too bad that I pulled that off, but well, that is what can happen. So that's why I'm showing everything, so that you see exactly what can happen, and not the version that everything is going honky-dory. Or how do you call that? Okay, so now let me see, I do have to cut this because it is getting in the way, and then I can be it can be tangly. So now I am on the upside. Now I'm going down just as a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and that's exactly how I did the inside papers. So trying to, yes, I got that in one go, so that's cool. And if you want the threads to be on the, if you want to end on the inside, you have to start on the inside. So that's how you can remember how to do this. So I will have to do this through the same hole. So I hope I'm not making any new holes, and also if there is room enough, I don't really know. Let me see if I can do it without making any new holes. And I will lift it just a little bit because I can't seem to find the hole easily. So let me do it like this. Yep, here it is. So like this. Pull it really tightly. And now, what I did was I just made it, fastened it onto this one, if you can see it, and then together with the other thread, but I don't have that now. So let me see where I did. This was, I see the other thread, so I will push that through together with this one. Okay, so now I have it like this, and I will pull not to each side, that will rip your paper. What I always do is I pull alongside this. Let me see if I'm in frame. Yes, and then I pull too hard perhaps. a little bit. And then I will trap this one, so I will make a knot in the middle, and also see this has enough strength to it. It's tightly enough, I mean. And then I will make an extra knot, and even still an extra knot. So this will be cut, and then I will check everything. Isn't it cool? I so like this. I love it. Oh wow, see how that looks. I'm so excited because when I took these outside covers to be the same height as the cover, my intentions were that this was sort of a butterfly that is sitting like this, and because I knew when I go from large to smaller it will open up like this. So that is really cool, and the height is evenly, so that's also really cool to see that it worked. I think I'm just going to make a knot in this thread and then cut it off so that it's a little bit more neat. When I look inside or in between, I don't want any thread. I could try to make the knot go to the other side. I could also try that, but so I already, yeah, I think I want to try to push that to the other side if it's not too tightly done. And if that is not possible, I will glue it, but I think I can. Yeah, I can. So now it's more neatly done, and this also can be glued. If you have a little bit of rippage from your paper, you can always glue that a little bit. So this is the second one, and I also have enough room in between so that I can do inserts, pockets on this side. It will stand out. I also chose not to do closure, perhaps one that I can yeah, I first wanted to do this one, by the way, but so that is an idea to do, and then perhaps close it like this, you know. Why not? But I chose this because I wanted to stand open. Okay, let's do the last one, and I think I have enough thread, but I just to be sure I'm getting, and this is cotton, and it's not how do you call that, waxed. Still having a day that I don't remember every word. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I will cut that out as much as I can. So this really goes open really fast. This is really good and strong. It's cotton, but it's a little bit hard to thread. So I will make extra knots so that it's not slipping like I did in my second signature. So I will make 3 or even more, because the back side won't be seen. So I will make it so that it's not seen at all. So start on the outside in, like this. And if I stick the outside spine onto it, I will make this shorter or go under it I will tightly make it neat, I mean. So like that. Now I'm sure it's not going to do anything, so I did ink it. I forgot to ink the other one, but that's okay. I did that when it was already let me see if I can find the middle. No, so I will do it like this again. Ah, this has extra holes. Is that correctly? Let me check if I did that, because then I have to see where the middle one is, just to be sure. Yeah, it is this one, I think. Or not? No, it's this one. You see, I made an extra hole here just to make it more tight. Let me check it. Like this, simple. Yeah, this is the one. I'm going crooked, so yeah, I can find it. That is so nice. Here is also fabric in between, so that's making it a little bit more difficult. Let me see if I have it correctly. Yes, it seems like it's not, but because this when it opens, yeah, this is a little bit higher, it seems. Let me check it like this. No, it's okay. So now I will go to the top, trying not to be in the way. Go from the outside in to see where it is exactly. So that's what I will do. Ah, it is with the brown papers, yes. So that's also something I do sometimes, go from the outside in, because that is easier. So sew it, thread it. I hope I'm in frame still, and then feed it through here, going that way, and then I'm going all the way down again. So sorry about that. And then going through the paper. I will correct that in a minute. In one go. That is really cool. And now I can already make it tight, but yeah, it's going down now. You see? Now I'm going from the inside out through the middle, trying to do it in one go, but too tightly. So I will have to change that. I will flip it around and I'll show you what I mean. Because I do want it to, so that I can still, no, that's not really working. Yeah, it was right next to each other, so that's what I just pulled. I sewed this inside that one, so that was what was happening. And now I have to decide, because I need a little bit more, and I will, yeah, really, if you don't want to make the hole larger, you have to do it the other way around. If you see the hole like this, I will do it like this, a little bit closer. So here you see the hole. If you pull it like this, you can make the hole larger. If you do it the opposite side, you can do it when you do it gently, but when you do it the opposite side, that will be the best way to go, without ripping the paper and everything like that. So I will push it under this, use this one for that, why not. So I'm trapping, I don't know if I said it, I'm trapping the middle thread in between these two, and I can make sure I don't have a needle in the way anymore, because I won't be needing that. So I will pull it once more the opposite side, just to be sure I'm checking if everything is really tightly to the spine, and it is. So this is the fabric that is coming up, so I left it like that. And also in between, if everything is really tightly to the spine, it's really tight enough, and I'm happy about this, how it is. So I will pull it once more, a little bit softly, and now I'm going to make a knot. I'm right-handed, so that I will cut it. That will make it easier for me to do it like this, I mean. So another knot. I usually do about 3 knots, and that is giving me the idea that it's secure. When I do 2 knots, I don't know why, but then it feels unsecure. Not insecure, but unsecure. Okay, so now it is looking like this. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at all that yumminess. I love it. And this I will make sure that it is not seen anymore. So that is something I will just cut off, because I know it's really securely inside, so I don't need it anymore, really. You can also do that as a temperate thing, and then pull everything out once you do the large one, I mean. So here I also see a thread here or there, so I can cut that off, because I know this thread is really secure and everything is in its place. So I also have an insert already here, so, and also I have some white, but I want to work in it, because before I'm moving on to the spine piece, the outside, the piece de resistance, I want to show you, I found this in my stash. So this is a tea bag, and this is the inside from really an old book. So I thought, well, like this I can't really use it, so with these that would be really cool if I had enough, but I could do it like this, so that you see a little bit peeping here. For instance, you see a little bit of that old book peeping out like that. So I want to see if I like that together with the spine, but it could be that I don't like it. So let me just see, because there is already fabric here, so, but because these are sticking out a little bit, I thought, well, that perhaps would make it even more interesting. What do you think? I think that I will cut it then, and then in a straight line. Yeah, I think I will do a really small strip. What do you think? I think that will really look great. Extra, that is extra. So this is how it's going to look. Wow. So the next thing, I'm going to cut these strips first, and I already see that this is torn, so I can tear that, because the more distressed looking the better. So let me see if this piece will be suitable. This is a little bit a harder piece. No, I think I want small strips, so I will cut that. It could be that I just decide that I don't want it, and I think I will cut this off away, so to save that for another book. This piece with that band, this is what they use with book binding, so I will use this for a smaller book, perhaps for a booklet, also possible. So I am going to cut 2 small strips just for the look. And then another one. Cut that away. So I also will do that on the bottom. Putting a small bead over here. And then you also see the fabric. And it will take some time, but I have to glue everything down, so that's really fine. You don't really have to wait. This. Now it's sticking out over there. So when I pushed it, so I will do that again. It's still wet, so I saw that I pushed this out, so now I cut it too small, I think, but that's okay. I can also cut the fabric a little bit. Don't stuck on my thumb stick. So like this. And now I will do the other side. So it's a little extra, you see? That makes the layered look even more layered. So I will also do that on the bottom. Just a small bead of glue. So when you look in your stash, yeah, try to find things that will go together. So that's really what I love to do. So I will pull this also. I have a minute to do this. I also saw that it looked really cool on the bottom, this, so I have a little bit of a gap there. So, but together with the spine, I don't think yeah, that's visible anymore. I'm so sorry, I'm out of frame. I was just pulling this apart like this. So that's enough distressing. So perhaps it's a little bit, if I'm doing this too much, it will be too long, I think, because I did it exactly the length. And now I see how much I will cut off, make it exactly the height of my the width, I mean, my fabric. And I used a little bit less glue, so this will dry a little bit faster. So see how cool that looks, little thread. So now I'm deciding what to do. I think I'm going for wet glue together with double-sided tape. So I decided to sew a button onto it in the middle for the spine. It is a big brown one and I have few of them. I first wanted to make a closure, but I didn't want to make a closure. I decided against that, and then I thought, why not sew one in the middle? Only I already I already made a double-sided tape onto it, but I thought, well, the second layer is paper, so I can pull that off. I started to pull it apart to see if I could pull it off, but then the fabric came half off, and I thought, well, I'm just going to sew it through this and then see what happens. So we will find out together if it's easy like I hoped. Yeah. Something like this can happen then. It's just paper, so this is all sticky now, really sticky. And I also first measured it to see how far I want the stickiness to go. So for the bottom I want it almost at the bottom, and on the top I left a little bit unstuck, so I could also sew things onto there. On this side I want a little bit of liquid glue, just to be sure, and I don't want it where the holes are, because I made really wide holes. The glue can go in between, but what I will do is put a little bit of glue. Let me see if I'm recording. Yes, put a little bit of glue alongside the top, a little bit like this, and I can do this to make sure that it's not going anywhere, and also in between a little bit. I think I will cut those away that I really should have done before I put down any glue, but well. And if you are afraid to do this, you also can not use liquid altogether, of course, or use it really thin like I'm doing now. This is just to be sure. I don't really think it's necessary, but I want it to be a real good stick, so I'm doing extra glue. So I will, you can also tuck these under, but I will, yeah, I think I will do that really fast before everything is drying. That's a little bit hard to do, but it is doable. Like this, so that it's more neat. And this one I can't really tuck, so I will cut that a little bit shorter. So like that. And then tuck it. Okay. Yes, and now I will put it with this side up, and then try to put it a little bit in the middle, and I can see where there is a middle. Just about, I think I am, yes, I am in the correct spot, and then I'm just folding it like this. It is a little bit harder with the bottom to make sure that it's stuck, but on the bottom I wanted it to stick because I did have a little bit of room, so I had to decide where I wanted the room to go. So I wanted it to be on the top, and then I also can decide if I want to attach. So this is how it's looking now. Oh my goodness, what do you think? I really like this. I think I will still stick this down, so I could decide later what but I did do this just to be sure, and I didn't stick it down all the way up. But now I see that I want it stuck down, so I'm just doing that. I also see that I want this a little bit more. I see that these yummy thingies are stuck down, so I will unstick that. Yeah, now you see the threads, so that's what I want. And then we'll keep it like this. I will leave it to dry like this. I will also do that on the other side, and I do have a sticky thingy here, so I could potentially lift that up because it isn't, and then do this. Yeah, that really looks cool. So I think I will extra glue that off camera. So I will leave this video here. So now you see a little bit how this looks already. I will do a full flip, and this will be my first premiere that I want, and then I can also discuss when I do this together with you what you think about this book, and also I will invite Tonya, and then you can talk to her about her paper, and I want it to be something special so that everybody can yeah, talk to each other and talk to me, and then that will be so much fun. So this is for this video I will leave it at this, and in the next video we will do a totally flip through, and I also will show you what I will make, because I have a lot of inserts that I still want to put in the book, and I made a lot of goodies to go into the book. I don't know if I'm going to use every single thing, but I also have a lot of good ideas as well, and I have a lot of these yummy envelopes. And let me see, what I wanted to show you is that also I made really cool pockets from the cut-offs. So this is my shape, and then I sewed, so this can be a side pocket, and I sewed here and I sewed here. So that I will attach, and I will make a bonus video and then show you maybe a little bit later on. I don't know exactly what I will do, but this was quite yeah, this was quite a long series altogether. So I also made these, by the way, these long ones. I don't know if I'm going to use them in this book, and I also have a lot of these belly bands, so that will all go in the book as much as possible. I also made these yummy yeah, these are not done, but I also have a few that are done that I already showed you. I can't really find it right now, of course. I left it on the table, and I also made a few of these smaller ones. So I will make a bonus video and show you how I did this, how I cut this, so to give you more ideas. And this will all go in the book, and then we will totally do a flip through, and everyone can really get together and talk about it, and then I will see you then. This was really a long video. If you made it through the end, I am applauding you. So so the yeah, what you get as a present talk to someone about this, so I'm laughing a little bit. But the present that you will get is the bonus video, so and the get together, right? So we will do a flip, and yeah, I'm repeating myself. Okay, this is it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all my thumbs up and all the positiveness. I really appreciate you, every single one of you, and I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. I will see you then. Bye. Doei. Doei.